Hello and welcome to Unapologetics. I am Brently, and here today we've got an article. Going to go through an article today. I am doing it live, so if anybody wants to comment, that they're available to do that. It is just at random, so I don't know. You kind of already have to be following in order to comment there. But I found this article about Disney. Um, because a lot of times what I'll do when I'm looking up trying to figure out what to cover, I will just put in Christian article, whatever, and then I'll just put in whatever the thing is. So today I did Disney because I keep hearing shit about Disney. And so I was like, all right, let me just put in Disney real quick. And apparently there's some protests going on in California against Disney because of how woke they are or whatever. So here's a little video. This is the video in the article, and then we'll check out the article.
To inject a lot of these topics into programming for very young kids. And I think I can tell you, as a parent of young kids, that is not what I want to be seeing. Them talking about pushing an agenda, an ideological agenda.
This is the world we live in now, and Disney is trying to put that into their movies.
Outside the iconic Walt Disney Studios in Burbank, California. Today doesn't handle a gay character.
Governor DeSantis and Disney, they're sparring over the so-called Don't Say Gay bill, which Disney says should never have been passed and should now be repealed.
Today, the Republican Governor Ron DeSantis signed the Parents' Rights in Education bill. It stops public schools from teaching sexual orientation and gender identity to students in grades kindergarten through 3. Critics argue that the law unfairly targets the LGBTQ community.
We will make sure that parents can send their kids to school to get an education, not an indoctrination.
Not at all secret.
Hold on, real quick. As someone who was very heavily indoctrinated, that shit pisses me off. Like I was indoctrinated. I was actually, I was homeschooled and not allowed to know about gay people or know any other than, oh, that's, because I heard somebody use the FAG slur one time. And I asked my mom, like, what does that mean? And she's like, oh, that means sometimes men love men, but that's bad. It's evil. It's evil. Or it's bad. It's bad. It's evil. It's gross. God hates it. God hates it, and that was like, I was like, whoa, hey, whoa, okay, I'm just asking I just heard a word I didn't know, and I calm down, like holy shit, and I was learned that there's science behind Noah's Ark, that there's shit like that that Jesus was like the main part of the Constitution, shit like that, that's just obviously false, you can't have that. Nope, it's too loud. And so yeah, and testing. I don't know. No, I'm just doing a live episode, so that's I'm going for here. But yeah, so it just is frustrating for me. It was to see something like this because it's they're calling just information indoctrination. The whole point of indoctrination is that it limits information. That's what, as far as I can tell, makes indoctrination. It's saying, no, you don't have access to this information. It's not saying you have access to more information. It's saying you have access to less. That's what makes indoctrination. So yeah, it's frustrating to say the least when they start to say this stuff. So this is like a leaked video of Disney executive, right? And when she's saying like, oh, not so secret gay agenda and stuff, it's a joke. Like she's saying like it's a joke because there is no actual gay agenda other than just wanting to exist in the world freely, like everybody else, and so that's why it's kind of a joke to use that lingo. But of course, the trolls and the conservative right, they don't know that that we're just making fun of them. They say, oh, see, they admit it. They fucking admit it. And it's like, yeah, like them putting gay people in whatever, it was a kiss the one time in Buzz Lightyear's movie or whatever. It was a fucking kiss in the background, super fast. I mean, if you blinked, you missed it, And they're like, it's everywhere, all through with all the animated films. No, it's not, man. It's like, and gay people do exist. They're going to see this at fucking Walmart. All right. If they don't see it on TV, they're going to see it at fucking Walmart or at the mall or literally anywhere, walking down the fucking street. Like, Jesus, it's crazy that they're just like so mad about this. But
and so like around this two characters kiss weirdness too. Like if you see anything queer in the show, I'm proud of them. But like I just was like, no one would stop me, and no one was trying to stop me. All secret gay agenda. And
like, Jesus Christ, is that loud for you guys? So Angier said, I was told that gay people had AIDS. Wow. And we should lock them all in a stadium or on an island and let them infect each other so they'll die off. Wow. Holy fucking shit. And then, our lives would improve. Jeez. Yeah, I've heard the island thing before. It's almost like they don't understand like straight people make gay people. Like, it's not like they're like, they'll go extinct, and it's like they're not a species among themselves. What are you talking about? Like, geez, they're a subset of humans. What do you mean? Like, this is so confusing. Take a stand for the innocence of our children. Hold the line, Burbank, California, Disney HQ, April 6th at 6 p.m.
He made it for kids because kids watch cartoons. It's the first visual image they see. Representation at that point really matters. So face Sesame Street, see what they're doing, and maybe catch up.
I mean, yeah, because it's just acknowledging fucking reality, man. This is so stupid that they're just like, oh no, I don't want the. And you know what it is? I know it fucking is. It's because they have to do what my mom did. They can't just be like, oh yeah, because sometimes men love men and that's okay. And sometimes women love women and that's okay. They can't do that. They have to be like, sometimes men love men and that makes them evil and bad and they're going to hell because we hate them for that because they're anti-Christian and whatever. They have to do that whole bigotry part, and they are uncomfortable having to do that because they know they're the fucking bad guys. But then they're mad at the gay people for like making them have to do that. They don't have to do that. They could just not think that stupid shit. But they blame the people that they hate for the fact that they have to hate them. It's fucking crazy, dude. Jesus. Let's see. It said calling all worshipers or something like that. That's me. I'm a booty worshiper. I'm on my way. Yep. Hey, I get it. That's some worship I understand. So, let's see here. Let me back out of this. So I got an article. So this is let's see. People are fired up. Christians protest Disney's woke agenda outside company HQ. And this is from the Christian Broadcast Network. You are just not letting me. Can you just find something not plastic to bite? That'd be great. Just anything not plastic. Jesus Christ. Anything that won't make noise. Come on now. I know you can. You're creative. All right. You're like by a Disney protest woke agenda outside of company HQ. So the twin theme parks at the center of the late Disney's fantastical imagination, Disneyland and Magic Kingdom, have found themselves twisted in a tale unfolding in the modern era. Okay, jeez. I mean, calm down. All right. Jeez Louise. In what could be described as a faith-fueled clapback, former worship leader turned activist Sean Feuch, I don't know, and a crowd of fellow conservatives and Christians, some of whom are former and even current Disney employees, gathered at the Walt Disney Company headquarters in Burbank, California, Wednesday evening to protest the beloved brand's perceived attack on parents through the targeting of their children. I mean, just the framing of this is fucking batshit crazy. Like nobody's targeting your children, like in a sense that like anybody's trying to hurt them. They're just trying to make them not assholes when they grow up. And it's like crazy that they're like sitting there going, but I want my kid to be an asshole. I need them to believe this. Like I need them to think a donkey talked and that gay people are bad, whatever. And it's like, I'm not crazy. They're crazy. Like, Jesus. Um, Disney sparked parents' ire when it issued a full-throated condemnation of a parental rights bill in Florida, home to the entertainment behemoth, sprawling 25,000-acre Walt Disney World Resort, a space so vast it has its own zip code, and so popular it's home to what has been reported as the third busiest restaurant in the world. Yeah, I mean, because of Disney, this is why it's so dumb for Ron DeSantis to go after them. Because of Disney, we are the most vacationed place on the fucking planet. It's not in America, it's on the planet. We are the most vacationed place on the. I say we because I'm in Florida. But parents across America were blindsided by the fact that Disney would enable people that are fighting for the sexualization of children. No, the fuck they're not. God damn it. Starting in kindergarten. Fuck you. Fauci told CBN's Faith Wire. Faith Wire. Okay. Pipe down. All right. With the fucking. Oh my god, it's so dumb. Faith Wire. We're talking about 4-year-old kids. It's one thing to make content, it's another thing to fight for those that want to groom and sexualize kids. Wow. So this person's just straight up fucking delusional. Whoever they're, this voucher person is or whatever, or Fute. I don't know. I don't know how to say that name. Disney was already facing an uphill battle with many middle class families finding a trip to the most magical place on earth financially out of reach, which is kind of funny because that's so. I mean, this is like the conservative everything right here. Like this is their whole bag. This is actually why they are attacking education in the first place, right? Because they don't, they want to keep they like exclusivity. Okay, that is the most conservative thing ever, right? They love exclusivity, right? They love to exclude the people they don't like. That's their whole thing. When you include people, that's when they get mad, right? But then they're saying like Disney's, becoming exclusive because only, wealthier people are able to go there, right? And then the rest of us are stuck with fucking Chuck E. Cheese. You know what I mean? That's that tends to be what's happening here. And it is actually true. It's getting so expensive that it really is almost impossible to go there. Oh, it's Hive Science. Hey. Yeah. I mean, CBN, what do you expect, right? So yeah, and it's just their whole bag is being exclusive. So the whole thing that let me just break down conservatives really quick. Conservatives love to seem like everything is fair while they hold all the cards. And then they get all of the resources and get everything for themselves and then blame other people for not having those things, even though they put up all of the blockades to keep people from those exact same resources. That's conservatism in a fucking nutshell, right? That's why they're against Medicare for all, because they don't want the poors to have access to the same medical care. Because they're like, hey, I'm a good person, okay? And you're telling me this brokey over here gets to have the same medical care that I get? Fucking no way. Nope. That's why they don't want it, because they love the exclusivity. They want to believe that it's fair and everybody's got the opportunity, but they're the only ones that grab the bull by the horns. So add to the mix the company's perceived attack on its core audience, families with young children, and they call it an attack. Fuck you. All right, families with young children and the nearly 100-year-old American mainstay could find itself in a whole new world of trouble. I mean, when you have that level of that kind of money, you're never actually in trouble. Like their idea of trouble is, getting a little bit behind for maybe a couple months or something, not making as much of a profit the next time. That's being in trouble for something like Disney. You know, alas, Disney. What the fuck kind of writing is this? This is insane. All right, alas, Disney CEO Bob Chapek chose to wade into the political fight. Like, what is this? Okay. Chapek initially refused to take a stance on Florida's parental rights and education bill, which has been mischaracterized by leftist groups and members of the media who erroneously tagged the bill with the moniker "Don't Say Gay." That's not erroneous. It is absolutely what the bill does. You know, you could say it doesn't. You know what I've heard several times is it doesn't say that in the bill. It's like literally akin to when Donald Trump did his whole his speech to go attack the Capitol. Like he didn't say to go burn down the Capitol though, like word for word what I just said. He didn't say those exact words, so not the same. No, he didn't do nothing. It's crazy. But despite the fact that the text of the legislation does not include the word gay, see, and in no way outlaws its use. It does. It does. It's you can't. Oh my god, you can't teach kids under the age of 10 about sexual orientation or gender identity or age appropriate. So if a parent's just like, "Hey, my 17-year-old kid isn't old enough to learn about gay people or like know that they exist," then they fucking, then they, then they can't you know what I mean? Like you can't say gay. Like how is that different? Like I don't understand. Anyway, these were gay and in no way outlaws its use. After taking heat for declining to intensely condemn the bill, which was recently signed into law by Governor Ron DeSantis, the Disney chief executive waged a PR battle against the legislation, which prohibits educators from teaching about gender identity and sexual orientation from pre-K through third grade or age appropriate. They're not, of course, they're going to leave that out and whatever that means, and it's being applied exactly that way. It's just, you can't mention. Okay. If a kid asks, why does Toby have two dads? You got to say, don't know. I have no idea why he has that. I didn't even know that was possible. Did you know that was possible, kiddo? Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess we're both in the same boat here. All right. Because don't know. Like that's where we're at as far as that goes. In late March, Walt Disney Company released a statement announcing its goal to see the parental rights bill repealed by the legislator or struck down in the courts, adding it remains committed to supporting the national and state organizations working to achieve that. Yeah. So yeah, because fuck yeah, of course. I mean, this is crazy. You're literally banning kids from just knowing things, and like what? And when does this end? Can we have like flat earthers going and be like, I want all the globes taken out of the fucking school because that's offensive. Like, that's the next step. And then all the Christian like people like that like believe the shit that I was taught. They're like, why aren't you guys teaching about the science behind Noah's Ark? This is crazy. I'm like protesting that you're not teaching the science right. Like teaching too much facts and not my religion. Therefore, it's indoctrination. Oh man, a lot of people are really fired up. He said, noting it's critical for believers to take a stand on this issue. I think Christians, this is in quotes, I think Christians sometimes they get way too soft. They don't realize that they're powerful. We have a voice that can change things economically for Disney. No, you don't. We have a voice that can change things politically in this country. We're called to be the salt and light in every part of society. So when issues like this happen, we don't just back down. We have to stand up. I mean, this is the same kind of language that they've been saying forever. And they did this protest already because they had a gay day. They had one day out of the year. Now, keep in mind, they had a fucking Christian day too, but they had a gay day, right? Where it was just like, hey, everybody come wear your rainbow shit. Come hang out at Disney or whatever and support, equality and whatnot. And the Christians were like, fuck no, you can support us and not them, right? But you can't support us and them, okay? We'll fucking leave, bro. Like that's it's pathetic. But the demonstration Wednesday comes the demonstration Wednesday comes from sparring inside Disney from two warring factions. Those who feel the company ought to dig in even deeper in its opposition to the Florida bill and its embrace of the LGBT identities, and those who desire an apolitical brand focused on creating a top tier art and entertainment for families and children. No, I don't think I don't think that's correct. I think it's people that embrace LGBT, LGBTQI, IA plus identities, but like that should just be normal people. Like we don't, we're just accepting people for who they are. In reality, it's crazy. And then look how he paints the people fighting against it, and those who just desire an apolitical brand focused on creating top tier art and entertainment for families and children. No, the fuck you're not. Like you're definitely not apolitical here, man. Like, I mean, you're part of this, and you're definitely not apolitical. You just said like our conservative, our conservative people, the good conservative people. That's what you just said. This is not apolitical. Like, and don't get me wrong, I know that anytime the preachiness kind of outweighs the art suffers. That is just a fact. Like, it doesn't matter what you're preaching about. You can be preaching about something I completely agree with, but if it outweighs the art, it just seems really cheesy and weird. Okay. That's not what's happening here. And that's not what's happening in The Last of Us. That's not what's happening in any of the things they're pointing to. These are just stories about queer folks generally, and just a quick little queer person in the story for like 2 seconds. And they're like, oh, fucking preachy bullshit. And it's like, no, what? Because they're there. They're just there. Now, if you had a whole story where there's a bunch of Christians and they're trying to make it so that lady from Buzz Lightyear movie, that they're not allowed to be astronauts because those Christians hate queer people. Now that would be that would be a bit more of like what they're trying to act like this is. Then that would be actually vilifying them and actually like preaching a message of we got to fight back against these evil Christians or these evil conservatives that are trying to keep people from being able to do what they want to do because they're gay or whatever. That's not what's happening. These are just queer people that in stuff. That's it. It's insane. While some of the former camp have staged walkouts demanding Disney vociferously rebuke. Did I say that right? I don't know. Rebuke the Florida law and legislative proposals. Its members of the latter camp have penned an anonymous open letter arguing their employer has morphed into a bastion of progressive orthodoxy. Okay. And urging the brand to reverse course as they feel their sincerely held beliefs have come under attack from our own employer. And we frequently see those who share our opinions condemned as villains by our own leadership. You mean the bigots? Yeah, of course they're gonna fucking be. You are being villains. That's how that fucking works, man. Like, I got something in my throat. All right. Um, I mean that's insane that they can't seem to see that. Like they're like, what? We just hate this group of people and just don't want them ever acknowledged. And we're the bad guys. Yes, you're the fucking bad guy. What do you mean? Like, Jesus Christ. Faust said he's heard from current Disney staffers who are very frustrated by the climate within the company, which is being led by woke corporate executives who are making decisions that don't reflect the values of those in the company. But Jesus, it is though. It is. There are more than just you in the company, man. Like it's so stupid when they say shit like that. It doesn't reflect my exact values. Okay, and so they're just leading without even considering just me. Just really just me. Some of those employees, he added, plan to attend the rally in Burbank at 6 p.m. on Wednesday. Um, you have people who have been working at Disney their whole lives. Yeah, there's been people that like me that live in Florida their whole fucking lives, you asshole. And now we're like in fear of like getting fired and shit just for like being queer and someone finding out, you know? Jesus Christ. And start like going back, like, who the fuck did I tell that I'm queer? Because I don't, if it gets back to the leadership, I could get, they call me a groomer and fucking get me fired and all this shit. Like, that's the type of shit that goes on in my fucking head, you know? So fuck you, Jesus Christ. Their whole career and they're believers. They love God. They love America, he explained. They want to make content that's safe for children. Like seeing gay people is like not safe for children. God, they're insane. This makes no sense. And then Disney comes out with this crazy stance against DeSantis. They're the crazy ones. It's not that DeSantis is basically banning gay people from fucking school. Are you kidding me? My God. They're frustrated. Yeah, no shit. So am I. All right. And no, I applaud them. I applaud them for their willingness to stand up or stand with us today. They might be risking their jobs, but they think it's a more important issue. Yeah, I'm risking my job just for fucking being who I am. All right. So, because of DeSantis. So go fuck yourself. Anyway, the father of our force said Disney once claimed to be a safe space and a pro-parent company. What the fuck does that mean, pro-parent? What's like, well, they're as opposed to being what, pro fucking kids with no parents? Like, what do you want? What are you talking about? Jesus, fucking what? Like, pro foster kids? I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. What do you mean? Jesus. Company, but has in recent years abandoned that mantle in favor of a pro LGBT agenda that caters directly to children through animated shorts like Out and Disney Plus series like The Proud Family, Louder and Prouder, among others. Yeah, because these stories happen in reality, man. Like gay people actually do exist. They do actually come out. And these aren't stories that have been told to death. Like every other fucking kind of like straight white Christian narrative. Holy shit. We're tired. We're tired of the same fucking narratives, man. Over and over. Like yeah, I'm so thankful for shit like The Last of Us and like other, television shows and stuff that actually are you know, giving us some new fucking stories to like enjoy. My God, you know. Uh, Hive Science says progressive orthodoxy is an oxymoron. It is. You're absolutely right. That doesn't. How do you have a future orthodox? Yeah, that doesn't. A future past tradition. That's what it is. That's what that is. That's brilliant. Let's see. The people fight. This is Hype Science again. The people fighting against it are the DeSantis assigned council members. Yeah, because and it's so funny. He tried so hard to like sneak in and like have them take over with this like ultra, like ultra DeSantis loyalist board that would control everything. And Disney ahead of time almost, I guess, like saw it coming, and they basically made it so the board is completely legless. It can't do anything. Like I think they made it so that they only have the power to like contest some of the roads and stuff. Like it's stuff like that. Like they can't do anything real, and it said something too like until this is like the board would have no power until like the last member of the royal family passes away or some shit, just as like a fuck you. That shit made me so it's just so funny. Anyway, because DeSantis is trying to go at Disney, and it's like, dude, are you fucking stupid? They're like the biggest cash cow in your fucking state, man. And like, I'm not saying Disney is awesome or anything. It's still corporate capitalist bullshit, you know. And they are trying to be exclusive by making it so expensive that regular people can't go. But like, this is insane. What it's at least they have some decency where they're like, yeah, but we make our product for like gay people too, and people with like gay people with kids, and then kids who don't are feeling that they might be a different gender or like however it works, just like any type of orientation, any of that stuff. There are kids in that group there, so it's like acting like there isn't is just completely insane. But nevertheless, Let Us Worship singer is confident the ship can be righted. Is that the right way to say that? Like, okay. I don't know. Some of these fucking articles, they just have the weirdest way of wording things, It's just it's funny. I think what this is in quotes. I think what you're gonna witness today in Burbank is going to be a sign and a wonder to America, he said. I'm saying that in faith. I'm saying that in faith because we haven't had it yet. Yeah, that's how future tense tends to work. Anyway, but the kind of traction that we're getting shows that the majority of Americans are actually on our side. Nope, dude. No. You went too far when you said Americans. You can say the majority of conservatives are on your side, but yeah, once you said just all of America, you're like, fucking wrong. Nope, you don't understand numbers. Public opinion is on our side. No, it's not. You only think that because all you watch is fucking Fox News, man. Like, Tucker's got my back on it. That's everybody. Like, Jesus. Oh, man. Are actually on our side. Public opinion is on our side. Nobody wants their kids to be taught this sexualized agenda. They keep on saying this. Okay. And I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but like, it doesn't have anything to do with sexuality unless you make it about sexuality. This is like saying that every single time you see a cop with handcuffs, they're like, he's locking people up and whipping them with that because sex. Like, that makes no fucking sense, dude. Just because something can be sexual doesn't mean that it is sexual. Okay. Just intrinsically. That's not how that fucking works. But because they're just so hyper sexualized with their brains. Like, they cannot see, like, it's weird to me too, because I'm just like, when they see like a straight couple, they're like, wonder what it's like when they fuck. How do they do it? I wonder, like, what do you think? How do you think they do? Look, is that how they fucking talk about everybody? Jesus Christ. Like, why is it always about sex? Like a gender identity isn't even about sex at all. Like, that's got nothing to do. Like, you can be asexual and have a gender identity other than your birth gender or whatever. Like, that, it's not, you can not have sex at all. and be trans. Like, that, this is crazy. Like, what the fuck? But no, it's sexualized agenda. It just shows their fucking ignorance. It literally is like getting mad at car, like a car distributor because they have spark plugs, because you're like, gasoline and sparks like will explode. Okay, so we got to get these spark plugs out of these cars. We got to do it. So it's like completely misunderstanding what's happening and then being outraged by it. Like, Jesus. You went on to urge people to visit parentsfightback.com to sign a petition which states, tell Disney that our kids are our kids. That's the other thing too. They think they own their fucking kids. They're our property. Okay, we can we can starve them and we can beat them. We can do whatever we want. They're ours. Okay, they're our fucking. We can do whatever we want with their fucking kids. That's and conservative parents, they do that shit. Okay. They act like they're so kind and so good and everything until you get home, and then fucking everybody's getting beat all the fucking time. Like it's quite common. Um, let's see. Telling us their kids are our kids. They aren't the property of the woke. See, property. They're literally saying it out loud. Like they aren't the property of the woke expert class who believe they know better how to raise our kids. They fucking do. All right, they do. They just because they're not. The fact that you're calling them property is just. I mean, that just demonstrates exactly how wrong you are about this. Jesus. You can watch a live stream of the rally below, which took place Wednesday night at 6. Yes, we all know when man, how many times do you have to say the same thing? We'll have more coverage of what happened at the rally later today. So this came out that day, I guess. All right, let's see. Oh, and that's it. All right. Well, as you can see, let's see. Let me see if we can watch this. Maybe is it different? Because we just watched one. Oh no, this looks different. I'm not hearing anything though.
Give a shout, let's give a shout, here we go! 1, 2, 3, shout!
Man, that pianist is fucking. It's like going, like rocking the fuck out. It's like picture like Charlie Brown just fucking rocking it, man. I can't really see how big this is. Well, there's a few people there. It looks like, right? No shit, man. Hey, what up, man? Matt Pig. What's up, dude? What was that song? The whole song was nothing. I'm gonna talk, I'm gonna talk, I'm gonna talk, I'm gonna be loud, being loud. Look at that.
Come on, somebody.
Disney, stop grooming our children. Go fuck yourself.
And this is how I fight my battle.
He's insane.
You hear that, Mickey Mouse? This is how. This is how I fight my battle. This is how I fight my battle. This is how I fight my battles. This is how. This is how I fight my battles. This is how I
Oh
fight my
man.
battles. This is how I fight my battles.
Oh, she's gonna start harmonizing. That's
It may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you.
How did they practice this? Wow. I thought maybe it would be like okay. Hold on. I thought it would be like okay, sort of, if this was like all just off the top of their head, Like okay, all right, well, sure, they're improvising it. Like, I get it, that's fine. No, they practice this because now they're singing like unison lines that are harmonizing with them. Shit. Oh my god.
Surrounded by you. It may look like I'm surrounded. This is how I fight my battle. This is how I fight
Like a protest song. It's like Pussy Riot, Eat Your Heart Out. Check this shit out. Oh man.
Come on, this is how.
Why do they always yell at you too? You notice that? Come on! Get excited for Jesus! Like whoa. Hey, come on, man. I'm right here. You're spitting all over my face, man. I'm right in the front row. Jesus. It's oh, well, that was awesome. Well, thank you so much for watching, and we will be back. I'm gonna put this episode out probably later today. I am gonna then like soon. I'm gonna have Michael Weisman from the Bible Says What podcast, and we're gonna go through a an article together. So that should be pretty cool. But yeah, but take it easy, y'all.